Part 16. I'm just being paid to be on a dating show, why do you choose me? Author, Chingjomi Se. Chapter 152. Some people were booing, and the scene relaxed for a rare moment, with laughter and laughter. Some people laugh and some people cry. Jang Yu-fan graduated from a dance school and was in an idol boy band. The group disbanded after more than a year and then started acting. It coincided with Huanyu's reform, which was not really a reform. Entertainment companies were like this in their later stages. The success of the company means that the artists on hand have taken off, and once they take off, they will not be at your mercy. Those powerful ones have left one after another, and Huanyu has to recruit a lot of new people. This is how Jang Yu-fan and Eurobin came in. They are considered to be a group with relatively high potential in Huanyu's hands, mainly because there is a group of die-hard fans who are willing to pay for them. Jang Yu-fan is very thin, weighing 1.77 meters and less than 100 pounds, but his face has sharp edges and corners, which makes him look a bit cold. His show was in the evening, so he came here in the afternoon because he still had a glimmer of hope in his heart. What if the new person is a big idiot? And then the director doesn't change himself back. Comparing dozens of scenes to more than a dozen, the difference was huge, and the scenes were changed downwards. He felt that the staff looked at him with colored glasses. It seems to be saying, this is the actor whose role was changed. Yu-fan, do you think there's something wrong with my acting? Urahama was next to him, also eating a box lunch. He still doesn't understand. From yesterday to now, the acting has been going very smoothly. Why does it not go well when he plays with Yan Jiacheo? It's common for directors to curse, and usually, artists will digest it themselves, but this time the director seemed to mean that he was incompetent, which Urahama couldn't accept. Jang Yu-fan instinctively wanted to ignore people. His agent was not Wang Ziwen. The person he needed to establish a good relationship with was Yan Jiacheo. His agent sent him in because he wanted Yan Jiacheo to take care of him. But Yan Jiacheo had a quarrel with the company some time ago, and now he is in a state of keep away from strangers. He can't communicate at all, and he is a little afraid because he doesn't know what the company's attitude is towards Yan Jiacheo. If you lick your face to please others at this time, it will not feel good if the company executives find out. The lively movement behind him suddenly reminded Jang Yu-fan. Jang Yu-fan looked at Urahama. How is it possible, Brother Ben? I watched the scene just now. It's not like you don't know Brother Chao's current state. If you give it your best, no one can catch it. Urahama put down his chopsticks. It's not like I didn't catch it before. How could I catch it before? Jang Yu-fan was stunned for a moment, and then asked, that's right, you guys used to take good pictures, why can't you take them now? Urahama looked back and frowned, not at the director, but at the extras. It was too noisy. He really doesn't think there's anything wrong with his acting skills. All his fans on Weibo praise him. Forget it if it's a real drama, why can't you keep up with idol dramas? People, as long as they don't want to admit that they have problems, like to find a sense of identity, so I asked Jang Yu-fan. I heard that Sister Wen had a quarrel with Chen Shen in the company. Jang Yu-fan suddenly came closer and whispered. Only then did Eurobin glance at Chen Shen, who was chatting animatedly with the director. Urahama also whispered back, it's normal. Did you see the little girl next to his nanny's car? Which one has the brown jacket? When did the company get such a good-looking agent? So, if it were you, wouldn't you defend her? Pu Ben and Jang Yu-fan looked at each other and smiled. They were laughing at Chen Shen for being a bit stupid. Which male artist is surrounded by a pretty girl? Especially for idols, the company doesn't know what they think. Chen Tianhui said that he would take Chen Shen with him, but did not make it public. Everyone in the company thought that Zhang Ying was Chen Shen's manager now. Jang Yu-fan felt that Eurobin didn't seem to have any objections to Chen Shen. After thinking about it carefully, I understood that most of the scenes played by Chen Shen and him were Chen Shen's NG. Instead, Chen Shen became the source of his confidence. It would be strange to have any opinions. Although Wang Ziwen was his agent, Chen Shen was grabbing Zhou Jianqing's role, not his. Zhang Yufan thought for a while and then said, however, I have to be careful. The origin of the surname Chen seems a bit wild. Look at how happy he is chatting with the director. As soon as he said this, Urahama still didn't seem to take it seriously. Zhang Yufan added, it can be seen from his quarrel with Sister Wen that not only his background is wild, but his character is also wild. If it were us, we might be able to defend him, but you dare to hire a powerful old agent of the company in front of dozens of people, face? I think it was probably Chen Shen who grabbed Zhou Jianqing's role. Zhang Yufan said that for this reason, Urahama couldn't eat anymore. He turned his head and glanced at the director, who was still talking and laughing. Damn, this guy won't steal my role too, right? Look at Zhang Yufan, a big grievance, who has almost been replaced as a special agent. How miserable. Urahama stood up and took the lunchbox to the trash can. After throwing away the trash, I took out my phone, and soon, a WeChat message was sent. Sister Wen, I saw Chen Shen, would you like to help you vent your anger? Soon, the other party responded with a message, if you are interested, just see what his level is professionally. Don't speculate blindly. A smile appeared on Urahina's face, okay. This message is equivalent to saying hello in advance. The translation is, Sister Wen covers me. Wang Ziwen didn't refute, she just told him that it would be fine as long as it wasn't too much. Urahama turned around, and the more he thought about it, the more he felt like he had caught something. Sister Wen is the elder of the company, and the company owes her the loss. If she doesn't do something, the company's compensation for Sister Wen will most likely fall to Zhou Jianqing. Even though Chen Shen has an extraordinary background, he is just a newcomer. If the company really has to make a choice, he will definitely choose Sister Wen. Urahama suddenly felt confident. On the other side, Chen Shen and Chase Haile joked a few times. The more they chatted, the better they got along. Then the conversation changed and he whispered, Director Che, I'm not afraid of your jokes. I like to write. Last week I got after reading the script of Jin Yi, I couldn't sleep for a whole night, and I always felt uncomfortable, so I wrote something by myself. If you have time, why don't you help me read it? Chase Haile stared, his expression full of surprise. Why did he agree to Chen Shen coming to Jin Yi? Because Chen Tianhui sent a sound source to Chase Haile, the song Late Marriage by Chen Shen. After listening to the song, Chase Haile was willing to give Chen Shen a chance to interview. As a result, he found that Chen Shen was extremely talented and even temporarily adjusted his role. Chase Haile thought that Chen Shen wrote a song after reading the script, with Late Marriage in the front. Chase Haile was naturally surprised and directly stretched out his hand and asked, where are the things? Chen Shen took out his cell phone and called Zhang Ying. Soon, Zhang Ying took a document bag from the car. Chen Shen took the document bag and handed it to Chase Haile. Chase Haile was stunned at first, so thick? After untying the tangled thread, I pulled out a small stack of A4 characters, which were all densely packed with small characters. At the top of the first A4 paper, there are 3 bold and enlarged words Nirvana in fire. Chase Haile frowned, script. Chen Shen nodded, yes, I haven't finished writing it yet. I want the car guy to help me see if it is worth continuing to write. Chen Shen has really read the script Jin Yi, which is somewhat similar to the hit drama Lanja Bang in his previous life. It's just that the protagonist is an official, and the second male lead is a bit like Mei Chang-soo from Lanja Bang. This is why the second male lead has more scenes than the first male lead. The first male lead is similar to a royal guard. Although the second male lead is also a royal guard, he is also a survivor of an unjust case. His purpose is to overturn the case. The main role is played by the second male lead Urahama. Of this line. The difference is that it is defined as a pure love ancient puppet show, and it also has a female protagonist who plays a lot of roles and is divided between one male and two male characters. Chase Hyle thought it was a song, but it turned out to be a script. He was a little disappointed, so he thought about reading it. He might not be able to remember it if he had some free time. He really thought that if Chen Shen could write a song for Jin Yi, if he could, the level of the song Late Marriage is another guarantee. Once it turned over, I couldn't stop. He was looking for faults, but he couldn't find any. The more he looked at it, the more interesting it became. When Chen Shen was an actor in his previous life, in addition to knowing the scripts he had acted by heart, he also studied popular dramas and watched them several times. It's about improving your ability to appreciate scripts. Good scripts are so important to actors. Unexpectedly, these reserves came in handy. I'm just being paid to be on a dating show, why do you choose me? Author, Qingzhou Se. Chapter 153. After having the idea of playing Huan Yu, Chen Shen began to copy the hit drama scripts that he remembered in his previous life and that did not exist in this world. Just to use them one day. Director Che, it's time, an assistant director ran over and reminded quietly. This scene has surprised many people. Che's Hyle has always been punctual and kept his word. As a result, he chatted with Chen Shen until he forgot the time. Che's Hyle waved his hand, don't make a fuss. After flipping through a few more pages, Che's Hyle came back to his senses, looking around, then at Chen Shen, and reluctantly returned the book to Chen Shen. Good stuff, what you said is true, it does have some shadows of Jin Yi, but, hey, I wish I had met you earlier. Chen Shen took the file bag and watched Che's Hyle pick up the intercom and yell to start work. That kind of disappointment and regret was all vented on the crew. It can be seen that Che's Hyle really likes the script. Chen Shen approached Che's Hyle and whispered, do you really think the script is okay? Che's Hyle was still yelling at the intercom the last second, and a smile appeared on his face the next second, you kid is really amazing. Let me tell you this, keep it for me, finish the script well, and I will definitely not let you suffer. Maybe you don't need to keep it. Seeing Che's Hyle looking at him, Chen Shen added, or it's not too late. Che's Hyle frowned and didn't understand, but everyone was in their positions, so he said, I'm happy today, let's finish work early and drink together in the evening. Chen Shen shook his head, no need, Director Che, go at your own pace, I won't bother you. After that, Chen Shen turned and left. Che's Hyle was confused and complained in his heart, damn, people who come from a business background are so cunning, why do I feel that I can't keep up with what he says? What does it mean? At 5:30, Chen Shen returned to the hotel. The 5-star hotel in Hongdian is interesting. It is a tourist hotel. When you open the window, you can see part of the film and television city. It is very spectacular, with a sense of contrast between ancient and modern times. The nanny car was rented here, and Zhang Benrui was also here. Chen Shen is not a stingy person, and he opened a room for each of them. Che's Hyle was quite generous. He calculated 30,000 yuan per episode for himself, which is about 15 or 16 episodes. That is to say, the salary for this drama is about 500,000 yuan. The company is divided into 4 layers, and after calculating some taxes, there may be more than 200,000 yuan. Although the expenses are reimbursed by the company now, they must be counted in his account and settled uniformly at that time. Chen Shen wanted to cultivate the confidence and self-confidence of the people around him, so the standards were naturally high. Zhang Ying followed Chen Shen into the house, and started counting on her fingers as soon as she closed the door, the room fee plus the guests plus the car rental, the average daily cost is more than 10,000 yuan. We can't spend so much money. If you stay a few more days, your salary will not be enough. Besides, if we treat guests like this every day, some seniors will have opinions. Chen Shen turned his head to face Zhang Ying and covered his ears directly. Zhang Ying's face fell. You still think I'm nagging? Rich second generation, do you know the value of rich second generation? Chen Shen said helplessly. Zhang Ying. Chen Shen stood in front of the window, looking at the film and television city in the distance. Hearing the movement behind him, he looked back and saw Zhang Ying quietly packing up the clothes she had changed yesterday. Like a wronged young wife. Zhang Ying felt that Chen Shen was too individualistic. He was obviously talking about reason and facts, but he had to talk about his identity. What could she say? While packing, she muttered, "Rich second generation is great. The money you earn is not enough for you to spend. It's really, so angry. What are you mumbling about? If you have grievances, just hold them in. You won't even enjoy the happiness." Zhang Ying paused for a moment. She was facing away from Chen Shen, and her mouth shape was changing wildly. She was probably complaining about Chen Shen crazily, but she didn't say anything. She helped Chen Shen take the clothes to the laundry room. She was worried about the people in the hotel. After throwing it into the washing machine, Zhang Ying went downstairs. She had a courier at the front desk. Zhang Ying took a large cardboard box to one side. Looking at the cardboard box, Zhang Ying's face was full of pain. She bought 8 boxes of high-end chocolates, which cost her more than 4,000 yuan. She threw the cardboard box into the trash can, and then went to the front desk with the chocolates. "Hello, can you do me a favor? I have a small note with several room numbers. Can you help me deliver these boxes of chocolates to their respective rooms? When they come back, they will say that it was sent by someone named Chen Shen. Who would gossip? Naturally, it is the people around the artist. Some people are stingy and may offend." Zhang Ying wanted to help Chen Shen save some, and she asked around. "There are 8 artists from the crew living in this hotel, all of whom are the main actors. Zhang Ying's financial strength only allows her to do this stage. Last time Chen Shen stood up for her, Zhang Ying made a decision in her heart. Didn't Wang Ziwen say that Chen Shen wouldn't be popular? Then she must help Chen Shen become popular, 800 times more popular than her artists. The next day, Chen Shen arrived at the shooting location early in the morning and started to put on makeup. He had more than 10 scenes today, and in some scenes he only needed to show his face, but he had to be there all day. Yan Jiachao also came very early and sat next to Chen Shen to put on makeup. He had been here for 2 days, and he introduced himself at the beginning, and then he didn't talk. Yan Jiachao grew up in Huanyu. His salary increased after the 2 hit dramas of Chase Hailet. In other words, when he made a lot of money, it was basically divided by the company. Now it is also going downhill, mainly because there are not enough works. After putting on makeup, Yan Jiachao looked over as soon as the makeup artist left. "Thank you." Chen Shen was stunned for a moment. "Say thank you? Are you crazy? Chocolate is very sweet, and my wife likes it very much. In fact, you don't need to put in so much effort to join this crew. Forget about this project, just take it as far as it goes," Yan Jiachao added. "Chocolate?" Chen Shen didn't know why, but he still answered, "It's okay, just give me the salary." Yan Jiachao was stunned for a moment, then laughed out loud. Yan Jiachao is a handsome guy with a temperament, and his smile is really eye-catching. Chen Shen was surprised that he could quarrel with Huan Yu. What was his tone in private? Yan Jiachao was not surprised. In the past few days, he had heard about Chen Shen. He became very active after signing with Huan Yu, so that the entire Huan Yu became lively. Privately, he seemed to have diluted some of his conflicts with the company. The basic skills are very strong and the acting is very good. If I were to lead a newcomer like you, I might be able to endure it, Yan Jiacheo said with a smile. Chen Shen couldn't handle the continuous kindness. He just wanted to quarrel. Who would have any trouble with him? The director has already set a hook, and Chen Shen wants to spoil this project. If this project disappears, it will be a big blow to Huan Yu. Chen Shen sighed, if I were you, I wouldn't be able to tolerate anyone else. It's impossible to take advantage of me. Yan Jiacheo stared, then smiled even happier. Haven't encountered such a reckless character in a long time. But very appetizing. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I'm just being paid to be on a dating show, why do you choose me? Author, Qingzhou Se. Chapter 154. Zhang Ying got a small outdoor chair from somewhere, and Chen Shen sat on the chair and played with her mobile phone. Su Yuan is not lazy. Duyan and Xiaohongshu are updating daily, and the data is slowly rising every day. Zhang Shidi is so beautiful. Zhang Ying stayed beside Chen Shen and suddenly sighed. Chen Shen raised his head and followed Zhang Ying's gaze. He was filming a scene between the male and female protagonists, Yan Jiacheo and Zhang Shidi. Like Yan Jiacheo, Zhang Shidi is also a joyful artist. He is the kind of artist who was cultivated by himself and can be regarded as a popular little girl. Of course, he is still a little less interesting than Yang Qingqing. Yang Qingqing was signed by Huan Yu 5 years ago. She was a popular star when she was signed. She came from a national sitcom. Not only was she a popular star, she also had a high national reputation. She even went to the Spring Festival Gala. It's just that Yang Qingqing has grown up and is old enough to act in idol dramas, so she signed Huan Yu. Chen Shen withdrew his gaze and said, not as good looking as Xiaoqing Ai. Zhang Ying looked at Chen Shen, it's a different style, okay. Did Xiaoqing Ai really record a love story with you? It will be broadcast soon, you don't know yet. Zhang Ying crouched down so she could whisper, they did a great job keeping the secret secret. That's what the internet said. By the way, I never asked you, how was the recording of Lianzong? Chen Shen raised his head and looked at the sky, responding wordlessly, it's just so-so. Zhang Ying hummed, and then said, I guess so. If the love drama was well recorded, how could we be alone now? However, don't be discouraged. I still think Qian is pretty good, but her personality is a bit off. Chen Shen smiled and said, are you still commenting? Zhang Ying smiled sheepishly, but still expressed her opinion stubbornly, look, I am not gentle to girls at all, so I got to know you slowly, otherwise I would feel that you are very fierce and bad. The person I want to get along with is Xiaoqing Ai. If you change your temper, you might get a gold nugget. Chen Shen turned his head and gave Zhang Ying a slap on the back of his head. Zhang Ying pouted, her artist was a little proud, what should she do? It's not easy to deal with a character like this in the entertainment industry. Chen Shen, come here at this moment, someone suddenly shouted over here. Zhang Ying looked over and saw that it was Pu Bin, and then immediately reached out and touched Chen Shen. Chen Shen looked over, what are you doing? Come and play with me, get familiar with it first, otherwise you will end up nging again later. Urahina's voice was not too quiet. He just happened to get stuck at the time when a scene was finished, and then he took the script and called Chen Shen. Some people glanced here, and it was normal for the scene to be played. Of course, some people also curled their lips. Is it just you? Are you really worried about others? Chen Shen looked back and said directly, no time. Poof, I don't know who laughed, and then several people covered their mouths, wanting to be happy. Urabin was walking this way, but Chen Shen didn't have time to say anything, so he froze in place, you. Zhang Ying sighed and explained to Pu Bin, Chen Shen is not feeling well, I'm sorry. Chen Shen looked at Zhang Ying, and he seemed to understand. I understood why many seniors, including Yan Jiacheo, were greeting me today. It turned out that Zhang Ying was behind the scenes. Urahama's expression softened a little. It was better to have a step down than to suffer. Chen Shen was unhappy, stood up, and then started to raise his legs in the same place. I've been sitting for a long time, I feel a little lazy, let's do some exercise. Urahama, dot. Zhang Ying, dot. The court officials started booing and then stopped here. Zhang Ying's face turned red, not from shyness, but from embarrassment. How could it be like this? One moment you were explaining to him, and the next moment you were trying to undermine yourself? Can you be okay? Zhang Ying began to whisper again. Chen Shen leaned over and said seriously, first, you only need to do auxiliary work for me, I don't need you to do anything extra. Second, I am not someone who pretends to be a grandson who has been wronged. You should do this about Wang Zai when I feel it, remember these 2 points, understand? Zhang Ying was stunned for a moment, then turned away, feeling a little aggrieved. Chen Shen didn't bother to explain, your feeling is right. I am a difficult person to get along with and I don't want to change. Zhang Ying was silent and never turned her head. After being quiet for a while, she got up and walked towards the nanny car. Chen Shen followed Zhang Ying out of the corner of his eye for a while, and then stopped paying attention. This is the workplace, and Chen Shen doesn't want people around him to always do things that are contrary to him. Moreover, Zhang Ying is more and more thinking and doing things from her own standpoint. Chen Shen doesn't want to cause trouble. Lian Zong has already suffered a setback, so there is no need to cause trouble for himself in other places. At 10:30, it was finally Chen Shen's turn. This is a scene that requires confrontation. The second male lead played by Urabin is a scheming person. One day, the plan is on the first male lead, and the powerful young master played by Chen Shen is asked to kill a man who just had a relationship with the first male lead. A conflicted person, thus passively forcing the male lead to side with the second male lead. Stand and hit the board. Urabin turned to look at Chen Shen behind him, is it okay to kill Zhang Ti? Chen Shen took a step forward and said with contempt, killing him is like killing a chicken. So I found you. It must be easy for you to kill him, but the difference lies in how to kill him. Is there any point in killing people? Yes, it's important to be careful. You used a sword, but I need you to use a knife and use your sword skills to kill Zhang Ti. Can you do it? Chen Shen took a step back, his face changing. There is a logic here. The male lead was originally a master of swordsmanship. After being transferred to Jinyue, he began to use knives. He used swordsmanship to drive knife skills. It was equivalent to telling Chen Shen openly that he wanted to frame the male lead. Before Chen Shen spoke, Pu Bin looked at the director. This is a scene of eye contact. Chen Shen can kill, but he can't kill according to Pu Bin's instructions. There will be a tug of war. Chase Hyla immediately frowned. Eye contact, Pu Bin, what's going on? Pu Bin looked innocent, I'm all emotional and stuck. Chen Shen stared. He knew that Pu Bin was likely to make trouble for him, but he didn't expect it to be from such a tricky angle. This is to say that he dragged the rhythm, just like the director had a problem with Pu Bin yesterday, too full of it. Chase Hyla began to rub his temples, do it again, give each other some space. This scene not only requires each other to play, but also the foil of the other party is very important. He started to clap again. Chase Hyla didn't say it clearly. Pu Bin's question had to be calculated in this way, but it was not too unreasonable. Sometimes when the actors are emotional, they will feel awkward if it is not their own rhythm. But Chen Shen's acting is also good, and the change of expression is very accurate. The second time is here. If it was yesterday, Chen Shen would definitely put up with Pu Bin first. Why? Because he is not familiar with the crew and Chase Haile. What about now? I don't care about him. Kill Zhang Ti, is it okay? According to the original answer, it is a contemptuous tone and expression, highlighting the shrewdness of the second male played by Pu Bin. This time, Chen Shen directly folded his hands across his chest, with the sword in front of his chest, and his eyes slightly squinted. Killing him is like killing a chicken. The tone and expression are completely different from the first time. That kind of casualness highlights the arrogance of a martial arts master. It was obviously a retreat, but there was a sense of publicity. So Pu Bin was stuck. Is there anything wrong with Chen Shen's acting? Actually, there is no problem, just a slight change in his posture. But without looking at each other, Pu Bin felt like he had something to ask of him, which was completely different from the feeling in the first scene. This time, he really felt awkward. Cut, Pu Bin, say the words, what's wrong? Pu Bin frowned and looked at the director. I feel that his acting is not right, not as good as the last scene. Chase Haile sighed. From Chase Haile's perspective, Chen Shen's change is reasonable. Because I said that giving each other space and the opponent's performance is also very important, so Chen Shen improved the level. Just like yesterday and the day before yesterday, as long as I said it, Chen Shen would change it immediately, but the problem is that Pu Bin can't keep up. How does Chase Haile know what Pu Bin is like? Can you scold him? You can scold him, but scolding will delay the progress. Chase Haile had no choice but to look at Chen Shen as he did yesterday. Xiao Chen, you should adjust yourself. Chen Shen nodded, giving the director face. The third filming. Killing Zhang Ti, is that okay? Chen Shen immediately stepped forward, smiling and looking at him with contempt, like a lackey. Kill him? Like killing a chicken. Pu Bin was stunned, and this time he didn't say anything directly. He felt that he had caught Chen Shen's fault this time. He acted too superficially, like an amateur. Pu Bin looked at the director confidently. That's it, the director didn't say cut? Cut. Sure enough, Pu Bin looked at Chen Shen, as if waiting for the director to scold Chen Shen. Chase Haile suppressed his anger. Can you do it once in full? If there are any problems, tell me after the filming. I'm just being paid to be on a dating show, why do you choose me? Author, Qingzhou Se. Chapter 155. A bit of a bully. Under the shed not far away, Zhang Shidi muttered. Maybe it was the consecutive dinners and last night's chocolate that made Zhang Shidi feel good about Chen Shen. Those who understand can tell that it is Urahama's problem. Although he is not the best in acting and writing, Urahaka is always stuck every time. Even if it is awkward, whoever can't catch it will be embarrassed. Yan Jiacheo smiled. Pu Bin bullied Chen Shen? Or Chen Shen bullied Pu Bin? It must be Urabin who bullied Chen Shen. He adjusted his state several times and changed the performance over and over again. Urabin is still not satisfied. It would be extremely uncomfortable for me to do it. Yan Jiacheo looked at the filming side, and he didn't think it was the case. I chatted with Chen Shen for at least half an hour in the morning. No matter how I looked at it, this guy didn't seem to be the one who suffered the loss. From another perspective, for example, yesterday afternoon, wasn't the director deeply impressed by him? Chen Shen's reaction was in response to the director's. It seems a bit wrong to call him reckless, but he is actually quite smart. Zhang Shidi had no contact with Chen Shen. From her observations in the past few days, she felt that Chen Shen had been suffering. Not only did he spend so much money on treats, but he also constantly took care of Pu Bin during performances. Humans, you should not be too honest. After saying that, Zhang Shidi got up. Her performance was in the afternoon and she went back to the car to rest. Chen Shen didn't know how to count. It was probably the 7th or 8th time. After continuous tossing, whoever has no confidence will be at a disadvantage. Chen Shen's expression changed, trying his best to appear less powerful, and asked, "Do I have to kill him?" The two looked at each other, and Chen Shen could see the anxiety in Urbin's eyes. After looking at each other for 3 seconds, Urbin seemed to have forgotten his words. Chen Shen felt his retreat, but Chen Shen didn't give him a chance. He took 2 steps back and said loudly, "Is it difficult? Is it difficult to act? If it goes too deep, you can't catch it, and if it goes too shallow, you can't catch it. If you can't catch it, just say 12,345. Can you count the numbers?" Chen Shen's voice was very loud, and the pressure at the scene was already low due to the continuous NG. His words struck everyone's hearts like a rumbling drum. The extras looked at each other. They were aloof from the incident. They were surprised that Chen Shen, who seemed so amiable and sociable, actually had this side. They were far apart. They only knew about NG and didn't know whose problem it was. But Chen Shen's words were undoubtedly tear off the fig leaf. An assistant director immediately said, "Chen Shen, what are you talking about?" Urban only felt his head buzzing. He didn't feel that he couldn't catch it. He thought it was Chen Shen who was causing trouble. The rhythm was different every time. He acted blindly, but the ghost could catch it. But why the hell did the villain file the complaint first? The assistant director's words brought Urahama back to his senses, and he immediately retorted loudly, "Can you act? Can you play a supporting role? I have 180 ideas, can you be down to earth? Too much given, you know, director, that's what I just said yesterday." In a hurry, I still knew how to get involved with the director's banner. You can't understand me either. I can't even remember my lines. You're so amateurish. In the last 2 times, you made 4 mistakes in your lines. I've tolerated you for a long time. Chen Shen's voice was louder than Urahama's. Urahama's face turned blue and purple, and he was about to step forward, but was stopped by the attendant who came over. "What the hell are you doing?" "Chase Hila, that's enough." Chen Shen looked directly into Urabin's eyes without flinching at all. Urahama looked at Chase Hila, "Chase Hila. Chase Hila, shut up, these two are here first, let them go and calm down." Urabin was pulled away by someone, and someone came to pull Chen Shen. Chen Shen gave the other person a big smile, and then sat back in his little chair. There is a lot of movement here. In the parking lot, many people are looking around, and some people are running towards this side. Zhang Ying trotted over. When she saw Chen Shen, she immediately trotted over. "Are you okay?" Chen Shen glanced at Zhang Ying, his eyes seemed a little red. "Can anything happen to me?" Zhang Ying felt relieved and walked towards the crowd. After a while, she began to communicate with some familiar staff. She didn't see the specific situation, so she only asked them about it. When Chen Shen saw this scene, he actually hesitated whether to replace Zhang Ying. "Even though I have been wronged, I can still think about working for an artist. I have a strong ability to withstand pressure, which is both an advantage and a disadvantage. We have already started to take this step, and all we have to face next is the violent storm. If we follow ourselves, we will not be able to get better." An extra performer circled around and came up behind Chen Shen. "Brother Shen, I'm close. I looked and it's indeed the guy named Pu who keeps causing trouble. Don't worry. Yes, they are not very capable and have a bad temper. I really don't know how these idols became famous. Brother Shen, we are optimistic about you." Chen Shen stood up, dressed in ancient costume, and cupped his hands at everyone. "Don't worry, you just think it's a show. A few meals still have some effect." Zhang Shidi got out of the car with a sigh of relief, and at short notice, her role was moved forward. She also wanted to sleep against the car seat for a while, but when she came over, she found that everyone was discussing very energetically, and vaguely heard something about Chen Shen and Eurobin breaking up. If you say this is troublesome, you must be the one to submit and apologize. Otherwise, how can you play the role? Most of them are saying that Urahama did something wrong. He was the one who caused trouble in the first place. This trend has been going on in the past 2 days. Combining my impressions, I noticed that the staff were moving equipment into the house, and the next scene was in the yard. Zhang Shidi also walked towards Chen Shen. Chen Shen felt it and stood up again. Zhang Shidi whispered, "You, don't be too honest. I am also a newcomer. Sometimes you have to pretend to be stupid." Pretending to be stupid, Chen Shen was puzzled. He and Zhang Shidi were only introduced on the first day they met. Chen Shen was also puzzled as to why he suddenly said this to himself. Zhang Shidi moved closer. Real stupid people are treated preferentially, so how can pretending to be stupid not be treated preferentially? Anyway, just listen to me. Chen Shen smiled and said, "Thank you, Sister Did. It's okay, the chocolate is delicious, it's thoughtful." After saying a few words, Zhang Shidi went into the yard. Running over to deliberately say these things to me at this time will arouse people's associations. Chen Shen and Pu Bin had a conflict, and so many people went to comfort Chen Shen. Is it really Pu Bin's fault? Chen Shen sat on the chair and pursed his lips. This situation was actually a bit unexpected. Chen Shen accommodated Pu Bin at the beginning, but he didn't establish contact with Chase Haile. After establishing contact with Chase Haile, he didn't care about it, let alone the people in the crew. Yan Jiachao also winked at him when he entered the yard, and Zhang Shidi even came to talk to him in person, which was an attitude. Although the angle of the conflict has become smaller, the situation is good. Chen Shen glanced at Zhang Ying, who had returned, and said, "Don't worry about it. I was a little harsh before, don't take it to heart." Zhang Ying pouted, "It's all in the past. If you don't want to change, then I will change it. Anyway, you are the one who pays me, and I didn't do anything. I just want to know the truth. I'm just being paid to be on a dating show, why do you choose me?" Author, Qingzhou Se. Chapter 156. At Huanyu Media, Chen Tianhui sat in the office and thought deeply. Huanyu has indeed been on a decline in the past few years, with revenue decreasing year by year, and last year's financial report has already begun to make losses. At its peak, it had revenue of 1 billion and a market value of just over 3 billion. At that time, yuan was outperforming yuan. Later, yuan made rapid progress and its market value exceeded 4 billion. Where is joy? In 2 years, it fell below 2 billion. The pressure is on their executives. Chase Haile is under pressure and has to take the lead. Chen Tianhui is also under pressure and has to look for good seedlings everywhere. Therefore, even if Yan Jiachao changed everyone in the team, the company did not dare to push him too hard and still respected his choice. There was a high probability that Yang Qingqing wouldn't be able to retain him, so Chen Tianhui approached Li Ruqing and Chen Shen, hoping that Li Ruqing and Chen Shen could fill Yang Qingqing's gap. Yesterday, Chen Tianhui made a phone call to Li Ruqing, and they immediately recorded the 3rd episode. Li Ruqing spoke highly of Lian Zong and said that Chen Shen's performance was very interesting. This made Chen Tianhui feel a lot more stable. On Monday, Chen Shen and Wang Ziwen had a conflict, and Chen Tianhui sided with Chen Shen. This was a headache. Wang Ziwen came to the company only a few years later than she did. That didn't mean that the matter was over. If she chose to tolerate Chen Shen, she would have to give Wang Ziwen some compensation. Otherwise, it would be unjustifiable. The stability within the company was equally important. Fortunately, Wang Ziwen was quite sensible and did not attack herself immediately. From Chen Tianhui's point of view, Wang Ziwen gave him face. While Chen Tianhui was thinking about these things, the door to the office was pushed open, and Wang Ziwen rushed in angrily. "Mr. Chen, this is the Chen Shen you like." He started making trouble as soon as he joined the crew. He scolded Yurubin in front of the whole crew for not knowing how to act. Just let Yurubin say 12,345. Has Chen Shen ever acted? Does he know how to act? Now you don't know what stage the company is in, right? Does Chen Shen still want to destroy Yurubin? If these words are known by the media, Mr. Chen must know better than me what will happen. Before she even got close, Wang Ziwen started making noises. Chen Tianhui frowned. "Can you close the door first?" I thought the leader wasn't afraid of this. Although she said so, Wang Ziwen still stepped back and closed the office door. Chen Tianhui knocked on the table unconsciously with his right hand. Just now he felt that Wang Ziwen had given him face, but then he rushed in immediately. It was really a headache. Chen Tianhui still smiled and said, "Can you stay on top of things, Huanyu's gold medal agent? You are not afraid of losing your position if you are surprised." Seeing that Chen Tianhui's attitude was okay, Wang Ziwen curled her lips and said, "What should have been thrown away has been thrown away long ago." Chen Tianhui smiled to hide his embarrassment. "Tell me, what is it specifically?" Wang Ziwen started to talk about the cause and effect, saying that Chen Shen and Pu Bin were acting together, and after they failed 7 or 8 times, they started to curse, which almost caused the crew to stop production. Overall, there is no embarrassment, just a different angle. Bang, Chen Tianhui slapped his left hand on the table. "I betrayed him. Don't worry, I will make the decision for you." After saying that, Chen Tianhui took out his mobile phone and showed it to Wang Ziwen, who was stunned for a moment. Is it so easy? She thought it would be a good fight. After all, Chen Tianhui was on Chen Shen's side last time. When the call was connected, Chen Tianhui said directly, "Driver, I heard that Chen Shen is in trouble." After Chen Tianhui finished speaking, he put his cell phone on his desk and turned it on speakerphone. The young man was very angry and had a dispute with Urahina. "I'm afraid it might affect the filming process." Chase Hile seemed to have said nothing, but also seemed to have said nothing at all. Chen Tianhui was slightly stunned. "That's it? You should explain it. So serious? Whose problem is it?" Chen Tianhui had to mention it again. "I don't care whose problem it is, I just want the filming progress, Mr. Chen. I don't care how much trouble you make, if it affects this project, you go tell the boss yourself." Chen Tianhui looked at Wang Ziwen, who looked like it would affect the progress of the project. Chen Tianhui sighed and hung up the phone. He originally wanted to ask Yang Chase Hile to block Wang Ziwen, but Chase Hile refused to answer. "Mad, haven't you known me so well after we've been together for more than 10 years? Chen Tianhui had to start dialing again, but this time it was Zhang Benrui's number. "Mr. Chen. What's going on with Chen Shen? Please be brief." "Ah. What's wrong with Chen Shen?" "Something happened to my boss." Chen Tianhui stared. This answer was something he had not expected. Zhang Benrui had always been wise in protecting himself, so why was he pretending to be confused? Why did Yan Jiachao drive Zhang Benrui away? It's because Zhang Benrui likes to tell company leaders some personal information about Yan Jiachao. As a driver, I spend too much time alone with artists and know a lot about their private affairs. In the past, Chen Tianhui would ask about Yan Jiachao like this, and Zhang Benrui never failed to say it. "Old Zhang, don't do this." "Mr. Chen, I really don't know. I've been waiting in the car. I'm going to ask." "Forget it, I'll ask myself." In the temporary parking lot at the Film and Television City, Zhang Benrui hung up the phone and ran to Chen Shen. He naturally knew what happened. Not only did the entire crew know, but some small groups in the company also started discussing it. There were too many people in that scene just now. Zhang Benrui has been driving for the company for more than 10 years, and his ability to observe people's emotions has long been fully developed. Zhang Benrui couldn't understand Chen Shen at all. You say he is stupid? He has only been here for 2 days and he can already lose track of time chatting with the director. Besides, he is not an ordinary director, but a senior executive of the company. Even Chen Tianhui himself is willing to stand up for him. You could call him smart. He had a falling out with Wang Ziwen on the first day he went to the company. He didn't even act for 2 days before he dared to mock the second male lead for his poor acting skills in public. It's enjoyable, but it really can't be done just for words. Why not tell the truth to Chen Tianhui? Because the truth is not good for Chen Shen. It was indeed Chen Shen who started it. He publicly mocked the second male lead in Jinyi for not being able to act. This is a big deal. Zhang Benrui suffered a loss from Yan Jiacheo. When he faced conflicts of interest between artists and companies, he chose all companies. The results of it? I was kicked out by the artist and fined for 3 months bonus. Zhang Benrui wanted to try a different attitude. The most important thing was that he had just started working with a new artist. If he was involved in the end, who would dare to ask him to drive? Boss, Mr. Chen called and asked, but his tone was not very good. Chen Shen was still sitting in the shade against the wall, as if nothing had happened. When he heard Zhang Benrui's words, he didn't take it seriously, just tell the truth. Zhang Benrui shook his head, I didn't say anything. Chen Shen looked over and Zhang Benrui said again, next time this happens, will I tell the truth? Chen Shen smiled, Uncle Zhang, it's complicated. You can say whatever you want. Zhang Benrui was stunned and smiled sheepishly. Thank you for your kindness, I don't care about this, Chen Shen added. He who thinks more hears more. Zhang Benrui was reserved and nervous in front of Chen Shen for the first time. To put it bluntly, Zhang Benrui was here to show his loyalty. It is indeed not necessary for ordinary people. In Zhang Benrui's eyes, Chen Shen is not an ordinary person, so it is necessary. What is Chen Shen's attitude? I understand, but you can say whatever you want because he is not afraid. I mean well, but if I don't care, I'm crazy. Zhang Ying listened in confusion, but she could feel that Uncle Zhang looked at Chen Shen more seriously. Chen Shen stood up, I'm going to meet the director. I'm late for something. Please change it first and then change it. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I'm just being paid to be on a dating show, why do you choose me? Author, Qingzhou Se. Chapter 157. In the yard, Chase Hyle stared at the screen. It was very quiet around him, and almost no one dared to make a sound. There were slight footsteps. Chase Hyle glanced back and saw Chen Shen standing beside him, but he didn't take care of it immediately. A few minutes later, Chase Hyle picked up the intercom, this one passed, take a 5-minute break. Beside the wall, Chase Hyle and Chen Shen were face to face. It was Chase Hyle who took the initiative to call Chen Shen over. Tell me, what are you up to? Chen Shen smiled and said, Director Che has a good eye for talent. Don't try that. I'm very tight on time. Don't say you can't tell my attitude. I'm willing to talk to you alone at this time, which has already shown my attitude. Not to mention, Chase Hyle was looking forward to what Chen Shen could say. He was very good at filming Chen Shen. He could change whatever he said and he understood it at once. This kind of communication is not a one-sided director and actor. The actor also understands it in his heart. This is called professional tacit understanding. Being able to communicate professionally, Chase Hyle knew that if Chen Shen was willing to take care of Pu Ben would not be unable to handle the situation. To put it bluntly, Chen Shen did not want to accommodate, and Chase Hyla wanted to know why. Then I will say it clearly. Go ahead. A little disappointed. Disappointed? Disappointed with Pu Bin? Or disappointed with me? I can see that Director Che is taking care of me. I am disappointed with this project. Next, I hope Director Che will not blame me for not knowing how high the sky is. Brother Chow is better than Pu Bin in all aspects. What about this drama? It highlights Pu Bin as a person. His eating manner is too embarrassing. I tolerated it if you asked me to take care of him for 1 or 2 days, which is also to give you face. 3 or 4 days, he still made troubles by himself, and I really couldn't tolerate it. Chase Hyla waved his hand. Is this the whole reason? Almost. That is, it's still a little short, or like this, you are a smart guy, I felt it on the first day of cooperation. Since you know it in your heart, how to solve this problem. Don't say that you only know how to dig holes, and you still need others to clean up your ass. The communication between the two seemed to be intentional. Chase Hyla's attitude is, speak up, make demands quickly, you are capable, as long as you dare to speak up. For example, you want to replace Pu Bin, it is not impossible to operate. This project is indeed lame, Chase Hyla himself knows it. He used to think that Huanyu needed a hot project, making money, not shabby. What about now? There is hope for improvement, Chase Hyla will naturally think about it. Chen Shen is not without background, at least Chen Tianhui is on his side in the general direction. As long as Chen Shen is ambitious, this matter is not to say that there is no chance. Severe medicine, maybe it can really bring a small chemical reaction to Jin Yi. What about Chen Shen? He went deeper little by little. He didn't understand Chase Hyla that well, he had only been in contact for a few days, and he had to know where Chase Hyla's bottom line was. Chen Shen lowered his voice, Director Che, since we all think this project is average, why not take advantage of the less than half of the shooting now, and stop it? Chase Hyla's expression was still expectant at first, but after Chen Shen finished speaking, the expectation turned into horror. He didn't want to change roles, he wanted to change projects. Chase Hyla pursed his lips. He originally thought that Chen Shen seemed a little timid, but now he seemed to be so bold. Are you serious? Chase Hyla looked at Chen Shen. Changing projects, after going through the whole process, may not be able to start filming until next year. Can Huanyu withstand the tossing? Or do the shareholders have the patience? Looking at Chase Hyla's expression as if he was joking with him, Chen Shen said again, Director Che, we can't think too well about this one. You know it yourself. If it really takes a dive, think about the reaction it causes. Maybe it will be defined as the fuse of a certain event. Why should we take responsibility for others in our lifetime? The quality of the work, from a secular perspective, is all up to the director. You gave me confidence in the script, and I can't wait now. Chase Hyla sighed and interrupted, don't be whimsical, just be down to earth. Chase Hyla wanted to leave after he finished speaking, but was stopped by Chen Shen. What conditions are missing? There are many conditions missing. I started this project. If I stop it, it is equivalent to denying myself. In the eyes of some people, this is because I, Chase Hyla, have lost confidence. I really think highly of you, so I told you all this. As for changing projects, it is too involved. Don't think about it. Be down to earth and take it step by step. You will get what you want sooner or later. Chen Shen did not let go. If it is because of me, Chen Shen, that I have suspended this project? What conditions are missing? Chase Hyla stared. What conditions are missing? Money. Unfortunately, I have a small business at home, and I am afraid that it will bring bad influence to the company. What happened to Huanyu? How can it affect it? People. Director Che, you can't find people, right? Or do you think that the script of Nirvana in Fire is not as good as the current one? Che's Hyla broke free from Chen Shen's hand. You crazy man. Originally, he tempted Chen Shen to be ambitious, but he was tempted by Chen Shen, and it seemed that there was indeed a little wildfire in his heart. Chen Shen added to Che's Hyla's back, people live their whole lives just to think about their works when they die. What's the point of not being able to make your own choices at such an old age? Che's Hyla quickened his pace and fled from here. Chen Shen stretched himself and turned to go out. He thought it should be okay. The food is delivered to your mouth, just swallow it, it's not difficult. At lunchtime, Chen Shen lay on the small table and ate. It has been more than an hour since Zhang Benrui told him that Chen Tianhui called him. Chen Tianhui's call has not come yet. Chen Shen understands that this is a typical style of a superior. This time is enough for Chen Tianhui to understand the whole incident. He needs to weigh the pros and cons. Pu Bin has not shown up yet. Yan Jiachao came over with a lunch box. Do you mind sharing a table? Chen Shen moved to the left. You have a good attitude. What do you think? Yan Jiachao asked with a smile. Chen Shen looked up and joked, if you are like this, Pu Bin will not show up. Are you scared? Not to the point. After the quarrel, Chen Shen has been around many people. Especially after talking to the director alone, many people regarded Chen Shen as the new upstart of the company. Even though Chen Shen is a newcomer, everyone greeted him happily. Although they didn't talk about this matter like Yan Jiachao, they all expressed their attitude. If Pu Bin can still show up, how thick-skinned he must be. But he can't not show up. Are you really not afraid? Yan Jiachao was a little curious, wondering where Chen Shen's confidence came from. He is the boss of Huanyu, and knows more about the situation. Che's Hyla is Che's Hyla, and he is only in charge of the project. The general direction of the company's development is not under Che's Hyla's control, and he doesn't want to control it. Why is Pu Bin the second male lead? Does he still need Yan Jiachao to bring up the new and be a stepping stone for him? The core of this matter is not how big Pu Bin's background is, but that Pu Bin is involved in a lot of interests, and he signed a 19-point contract. Pu Bin only gets 100,000 for 1 million, and the market gradually accepts Pu Bin. This is the main reason why Huanyu supports Pu Bin. Yan Jiachao wants to be a stepping stone for Pu Bin. He doesn't want to, but he has no choice. He can't change his arm. Therefore, he is even more curious about where Chen Shen's confidence comes from. I'm just being paid to be on a dating show, why do you choose me? Author, Qingzhou Mi Se. Chapter 158. Yan Jiachao asked Chen Shen if he was afraid. Chen Shen just smiled. He didn't have a childish temper when he had a conflict with the company. He only had a purpose. How could he be afraid? Chen Tianhui likes to put the overall situation first. His words are half true and half false, Yan Jiachao reminded. At this moment, Chen Shen's mobile phone on the table finally vibrated. Chen Shen took it over. Hello, Mr. Chen. Seeing that Chen Shen had no intention of avoiding it, Yan Jiachao did not leave. He had experience in this matter. He had just had a quarrel with Chen Tianhui some time ago. On the phone, Chen Tianhui's voice was kind, it's okay. This circle is like this. There is no first in literature. There will be friction in concepts many times. It's normal. You two are young, don't take it to heart. Chen Shen smiled. He understood this tone. Generally, if the leader scolds you in this kind of situation, it means he is protecting you and giving you benefits. If he takes the initiative to comfort you, it means he is wronging you. You can guess what will happen next, which is that the company and the project are not easy, so just treat it like a child and go and coax Pu Bin. Mr. Chen, It's good that you understand me. It's too difficult to cooperate with me. I'm not an ignorant person. Let's do this. Let him apologize to me, and I won't care, Chen Shen said carelessly. Puff Yan Jiachao spit out his food, and then quickly covered his mouth. Chen Tianhui, I. Chen Tianhui was stuck directly, weighing the pros and cons. Chen Shen is indeed important, and he can improve soft power. Pu Ben is equally important. He is the person used by the artist management department to generate income and increase performance. If the Jinyi project makes money, it's good. Even if it doesn't make much money, Pu Ben can also attract a wave of business. Chase Haile said that Chen Shen was crazy, and his concern was here. Even if the Jinyi project is average, it can still generate income for Huanyu. One Zhangshidi and one Pu Ben, to put it bluntly, this project is for these two people to upgrade their status. Yan Jiachao attracts a wave of business and divides it into 6 levels. What will the company eat? He is not as good as Zhang Shidi and Pu Ben. He is the male lead, but he doesn't have any outstanding roles. He is just a supporting role. This is the core reason why Huanyu is promoting old players to bring in new ones. Yang Qingqing is unwilling to renew the contract because of this. How was Zhang Shidi trained? It was because Yang Qingqing brought him up. Playing too much as a supporting role will reduce his status. It's okay, Mr. Chen, you don't have to be embarrassed. This matter depends on the attitude of Director Che. If someone asks you, just push all the responsibilities to me. I don't care. Pu Ben is too bad. He can't catch up with Brother Che. He can't even remember the lines. What role can he play? Mr. Chen, who signed him? Is our Huanyu at this level? Chen Shen didn't give Chen Tianhui time to react, and he started talking again. Yan Jiachao was very tired. He understood Chen Tianhui's routine. He said nice things to you like an old scumbag, and then painted a big cake for you, and finally asked you to measure him. What was the result? You suffered. Yan Jiachao had been through this several times before. He could probably guess what Chen Tianhui had just said to Chen Shen. Since you said something nice, Chen Shen really took it as a nice word, and then stood in Chen Tianhui's position to consider him and put Chen Tianhui himself in it. Chen Tianhui, you. Chen Shen, Mr. Chen, don't worry about me. Don't worry. It's hard to manage such an artist company. I'll manage it. He has to apologize even if he doesn't want to. I'm not afraid of the boss lady of Black Gold Entertainment, so why should I be afraid of him? After Chen Shen finished speaking, he hung up the phone directly, put the phone on the table, and looked at Yan Jiachao. Compared to you, how am I? Puff Yan Jiachao was so happy. Good guy, Chen Tianhui has come to this day. After Yan Jiachao finished laughing, he looked at Chen Shen several times. This time, Yan Jiachao felt that Chen Shen was not a reckless man, and even if he was just pretending. He blocked Chen Tianhui's way and also had a hint of threat. First throw out the bottom line, once you say something, it's time to spill it. In addition, the sentence "I'm not afraid of the boss lady of Black Gold Entertainment" is also a hint. Hinting that Chen Tianhui should think carefully. If he really stands on Pu Ben's side, Chen Shen will dare to make trouble. He is indeed used to a comfortable life and has never met a reckless person like you, but you are also forcing him to make a decision with greater impact. This matter is destined not to be a trivial matter, Yan Jiachao reminded. Chen Shen smiled and didn't care. After lunch, the outdoor scene began again. Chen Shen sat in the shade to touch up his makeup. Zhang Ying stood beside him with Chen Shen's bag in a proper manner. The scenes delayed in the morning had to be filmed in the afternoon. However, Pu Ben didn't come. Someone whispered a few words in Chase Haile's ear, and Chase Haile stood up, with his hands on his waist, looking serious. People around were whispering about the quarrel between Chen Shen and Pu Bin in the morning. Chen Shen first gave Pu Bin a face, but Pu Bin also burst out a half-swear word. Most of them were speaking for Chen Shen, saying that Chen Shen was a man who was honest and upright, and that he should have said it if he forgot the words, and that he did not leave the scene at all and had no emotion when this happened. Where is Pu Bin? Like a woman, someone saw him going back to the hotel at noon, and he has not come yet. Chen Shen, you should be more mature, don't argue with him, and the main thing is not to delay the progress of the shooting, an assistant director came over and whispered. Before Chen Shen finished speaking, he stood up and walked to the shooting site, standing where the camera was facing. As if he could not affect the progress of the shooting at all, the assistant director smiled awkwardly and had no position to say anything to Chen Shen. It was not until some people started to point fingers and even took out their mobile phones that Chase Haile called Chen Shen over. The two looked at each other, and neither of them spoke. After Chase Haile knew what Chen Shen wanted to do, what was in front of Chase Haile was actually his choice. If he followed Chase Haile's original idea, he would definitely make a big deal out of a small matter. Pu Bin is a person that the company values, and so is Chen Shen. This matter is not a choice, but protection. But can it be manipulated? This matter depends on how Chase Haile defines Chen Shen. After a long silence, Chase Haile picked up the walkie-talkie. Let's withdraw and go to the next filming location. Chen Shen sighed, but he also understood that it had only been a few days, and how could Chase Haile hand over the direction of the incident to him? Chase Haile's hand holding the walkie-talkie suddenly froze for a moment. What was his expression? The disappointment in Chen Shen's sigh was a bit eye-catching. It seemed that he was blaming Chase Haile for delaying his business. Chase Haile smiled unhappily. This guy really didn't know how high the sky was. How could he not see Chen Shen's action just now? Pu Bin didn't come over. He stood at the shooting point. If someone took a picture of the scene and posted it on the internet, and bought a few hot searches, these two people would be in trouble. Chase Haile thought about it, picked up the walkie-talkie again, and his voice was a little louder. Let's just leave it at that today. Anyway, I'm not in the mood to shoot. Chen Shen was stunned and gave Chase Haile a thumbs up in his heart. Chase Haile didn't look at Chen Shen. His original intention was to protect the two people who were in conflict, including Chen Shen. But Chen Shen didn't know how high the sky was. He was very stubborn. This kind of person will not give up until he reaches the Yellow River. Chase Haile is not afraid of tossing. If he fails, the worst thing is to continue filming Jin Yi. Chen Shen wants to toss, so let's go along and see what the situation is. I'm just being paid to be on a dating show, why do you choose me? Author, Qingzhou Mi Se. Chapter 159. At 4:30 in the afternoon, Chen Shen was sitting in front of the computer writing a script. The phone rang. Chen Shen thought it was the company, but he didn't expect it was Zhou Gaikan. How about it, are you used to staying in our company? As soon as the call was connected, Zhou Gaikan smiled. This smile was a bit joking. Habits are habits, but I'm a little disappointed. I seem to be a little less professional, Chen Shen replied casually. Ha ha ha, as expected of you, you can still say this at this moment. Chen Shen put his phone on the table and turned on the speakerphone. Do you have anything serious to do? I will continue to be busy without you. Can't you talk to me properly? Zhou Gaikan was a little unhappy. Didn't I talk to you properly? Forget it, I'm too lazy to argue with you. I just finished the second meeting. Wang Ziwen, the one who quarreled with you, somehow convinced Yang Qingqing's agent to go with Chen Tianhui to put pressure on him and let him deal with you at this point. Zhou Gaikan paused. Chen Shen smiled and said, what then? Zhou Gaikan then continued, that's right, you have to give some reaction no matter what, okay. Huanyu is not a romantic relationship, Brothers are still very important. Then Chen Tianhui had to find us and Chase Haile, and let Chase Haile use the video. We held a meeting together. While telling us to keep a close eye on this matter and not let it go online, we chatted with Chase Haile about the whole story. You really have something, and the Chase Haile thinks highly of you. Wang Ziwen's request is that either you publicly apologize to Bin and give her enough face, otherwise she won't show up on the set, saying that Bin is emotionally unstable and may be depressed. Chen Shen couldn't hold it back and burst out laughing. I thought I could come up with some ideas. What's going on with Yang Qingqing's agent? What else can happen? He is most annoyed by the old bringing up the new. He thinks that you are also a typical example of the old bringing up the new, and you are the kind of prickly one. Don't interrupt. Wang Ziwen's second request is that if you don't apologize, then change. Wang Ziwen was offered your role, but the director did not agree. He said, you can't change. Your potential and ability are greater than Urabane. This made Wang Ziwen very angry, so there was a second meeting and the first meeting. With no result, Wang Ziwen found a director to come and seek justice. Chen Shen asked, what's the director's last name? Zhou Gaikan. Zhao, how are you? Do you feel nervous? Ha ha ha. Why am I nervous? It's not about you. Damn. It's so boring to chat with you. Indeed, I have helped you a lot. This matter has been discussed. It is just a question of who to choose. The director asked us to vote for who to protect. Director Che and I voted for you. Wang Ziwen worked with our public relations. Another person from the department voted for Pu Bin, and Yang Qingqing's agent and Chen Tianhui both abstained from voting. After the vote, the director asked each of us to give our reasons. In fact, it was to see who brought the most benefits to the company. Urahina has become somewhat famous in the past few years, and has brought millions of benefits to the company. He deserves credit. Then there's his contract, which is 19 points. The more popular Urahama is, the greater the company's profits will be. The director of the car only said one sentence. He said that your acting potential exceeds that of Yan Jiacheo. I also only said one sentence. I said that there will soon be another person named Chen in the Chinese music world. Chen Shen interrupted, okay, I thank you. What's the result? Result? Damn, you interrupted me again. That's a member of the board of directors. Do you know that my brother is defending you in front of him? How did you treat me in love? I call it repaying evil with kindness. Just say thank you and it's over. Okay, I'll treat you to dinner when I come back. Zhou Gaikan then continued, we said you have great potential, but the other party said that your contract is even more outrageous than Yan Jiacheo, and that you hired a big man to come back to the company. This matter made Chen Tianhui look ugly. The director's position is naturally that of the company more than an individual. If you are so awesome, why do you want to sign with Huan Yu? Chen Shen answered, it seems that the result is not good. Weak. What I mean is that I can guarantee you, you don't have to apologize, you can even play Urahama's role, but you have to change the contract. Chen Shen hummed. Huh? Just Not worried at all? Not scared at all? You signed the contract for 3 years, and you can't handle this matter well. How about hiding it in the snow? Chen Shen smiled and said, have you ever seen me scared? This is actually a good thing for me. There was some noise from Zhou Gaikan's side, as if something had been knocked over. Holy shit, you're still as stinky as when you were in Lianzone, it's really annoying. Ha ha ha, are you still thinking about Lianzone? I'm worried about nothing. I just thought that you would be a good person after coming to Huanyu. I didn't expect you to be so high profile. What's there to worry about in Lianzone? You haven't been able to please me. It's better for Su Yuan to be with you or Su Mian to be with you. Okay. Does Sister Mo still pay attention to you? You didn't go to Yuan, Are you still in contact with Xiaoqing II? Speaking of this, Zhou Gaikan felt much better. When the love drama ended and the director announced that Chen Shen was the actor, Su Yuan's face was so scary. Su Mo and Xiaoqing didn't even join Fang Yes group, so why would they still pay attention to Chen Shen? Stop making trouble. Zhou Gaikan even thought that it would be good if they were not enemies. From Zhou Gaikan's point of view, it was really dramatic. People who were so good to Chen Shen in the past, such as Su Yuan, should now hate Chen Shen, right? What about yourself? I hated him so much when he was on the show, but now he seems to be the person most related to him. Zhou Gaikan sighed. Chen Shen, I admit that you are very capable and talented, but people like you are also cursed. You are too proud and always think that everything is under your control. Chen Shen, I still like you like this, very kind. Zhou Gaikan, Chen Shen, be a good person to the end, send the Buddha to the West. Do me a favor by the way. You want me to help you? Yeah. You beg me. Chen Shen laughed, please, okay. Ha ha ha. So cool. Tell me, what do you want to help? It's not a big deal, just spread some rumors that Yang Qingqing is going to renew her contract with Huan Yu. That's it? I'll treat you to dinner when I come back. Friday, Chen Shen got up very early. This hotel does not have a gym. After washing up, Chen Shen started writing the script for Nirvana in Fire. Yesterday was quieter than he thought. Chen Tianhui did not call him, and no one in the company contacted him. After talking to Zhang Ying for a few words, Zhang Ying didn't make any movement, but would come to ask him what to eat at mealtime. Chen Shen glanced at the shooting log in the work group. There was shooting today, but there was no scene between him and Pu Bin. What is the company waiting for? Or what is Chen Tianhui waiting for? The people on the board of directors will naturally not come out to be the villain, and Chen Tianhui has to be the villain. The phone vibrated, and Zhang Ying's WeChat message came, there is no shooting today, how about I call Mr. Chen to ask? Chen Shen replied, no need. Zhang Ying, well, I think this matter should not be so outrageous. Many people privately praise you, and the seniors also agree with your professional ability. Chen Shen, what? You are comforting me. Zhang Ying, I am worried about your condition. By the way, your love variety show will be online tonight. Chen Shen, well, I know. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I'm just being paid to be on a dating show, why do you choose me? Author, Qingzhou Mi Se. Chapter 160. Qingqing, do you want to renew your contract? Yang Qingqing is from Shanghai. She has no work to do during this period and is resting at home. After waking up from a nap, this is the second person to ask himself this question. Sister Rooking, don't listen to the nonsense outside. How can I renew my contract? I have been in Huanyu for 5 years and my career has not made any progress. If I don't run again, Zhang Shidi will take off in 2 years, and I will really become a nobody, Yang Qingqing replied while leaning on the chair next to the French window. Li Rooking has known Yang Qingqing for a long time. Li Rooking signed Huanyu because of Yang Qingqing's introduction. Of course, this is not to pit Li Rooking. Li Rooking is different from Yang Qingqing. She is already over 30 and her acting career is getting narrower. Yang Qingqing is only 25 years old. She is one of the most popular actresses in the domestic entertainment industry who are over 20 years old. Her appearance, acting skills, and traffic are all online. The most important thing is her national reputation. She debuted at the age of 12 and has more than 10 years of work experience. Sister Rooking, I really don't recommend you to come to Huanyu. Although there are self-made dramas every year, There has never been a drama king. I thought it might be a lack of luck before, but now I think there is a problem with the whole model Yang Qingqing typed again. She is already planning to build her own studio. After 5 years in Huanyu, it is not completely fruitless. At least she has accumulated connections. She has indeed reached the stage where working alone is better than working in a company. Li Ruqing replied, "We are different. Sister has accepted her old age. Just find a stable company to eat the minimum living allowance. Don't think too much. I'm just curious. I'll be happy if you don't leave." Yang Qingqing smiled. Of course she knew that there was no competition between her and Li Ruqing. When they worked together before, Li Ruqing played Yang Qingqing's aunt. "I'm definitely leaving. Don't listen to the gossip outside. I'll make an official announcement after 2 days of rest, so that some people won't make a fuss about me. Huanyu's system is not very friendly to me anyway. Sister Ruqing, you should also pay attention to this. The company has been particularly restless recently, as if a troublemaker has come." Haha. Yang Qingqing was really happy after sending it out. Even though she was thousands of miles away in Shanghai, she heard about what happened in the company. She quarreled with Wang Ziwen in the office on the first day of work, and dared to confront the second male lead on the first project she participated in, and dared to stop Chase Haile from working. Yang Qingqing felt that it would be better if she was there. Her cooperation with Huanyu was coming to an end, and she had accumulated a lot of grievances. She really wanted to see someone causing trouble for the company. The devil? Who is he? Speaking of this makes me want to laugh. I was chatting about this with Brother Chow on WeChat last night. A man named Chen Shen made our director Che stop filming for half a day and scolded Pu Ben on the spot. Then our sister Wang exploded and alarmed the board of directors. However, so far, this matter has not come to fruition. Chen Shen. Yang Qingqing was stunned and asked by typing, "I heard that he came from Black Gold Entertainment. How come Sister Ru Qing has heard of him? Is it really Chen Shen?" "Really? Brother Chow told me. He also said that the guy was very ruthless in acting and played tricks on Pu Ben. I really want to have a chance with him, but unfortunately, I have to leave Huanyu. Not strange, really, I like him. Ha ha ha, not that kind of like, you will know when you watch Love This Lesson tonight. I just finished recording the 3rd episode. It's very handsome and looks good." Yang Qingqing was confused and picked up the tablet computer next to her and searched on social media. The first message that popped up was that Xiaoqing Ai's love variety show Love Lesson was about to be aired. She followed the entertainment industry, basically all the entertainment industry, but she knew Xiaoqing Ai. When Xiaoqing Ai debuted through a talent show, she liked some of Xiaoqing Ai's performances. She was the kind of beauty that could be remembered at first sight. Yang Qingqing could still remember that Xiaoqing Ai wore trousers and a white shirt on a stage. She looked like a porcelain doll, but with a raised mouth, she had the charm to make girls call her husband. Xiaoqing Ai is also on a love variety show. What kind of love variety show? Can I go? Yang Qingqing typed. Haha, we just recorded Xiaoqing Ai's share this episode. She's really pretty, with milky white skin and good condition. I feel like she hasn't changed at all. She used to be the type that looked fierce and cute, but now she's beautiful and well behaved. However, the other girls are also pretty, absolutely amazing. If you really want to come, I'll talk to the director and come for a flight." Yang Qingqing put down the tablet. She found the information about Chen Shen and this love variety show. However, under these information, it seems that many people are scolding him. They said that he was too greedy and that he was marketing Xiaoqing Ai and Zhang Sukan before the show even started. It may be because of this that Black Gold Entertainment issued an announcement a few days ago, saying that Zhang Sukan did not record any love variety show, and asked those who are interested not to hype it at will. Yang Qingqing was a little puzzled. Why didn't this news become a hot search? Looking at the time point, it seems to be a little clear. At this time, Chen Shen had already signed with Huanyu, an old company that has always been domineering in terms of entertainment resources, so it is not difficult to suppress news. Is it really that good? I read the news online that Chen Shen is not very good. Yang Qingqing was a little confused. Li Ruqing replied quickly, "Do you know why I think it's not strange that the devil you mentioned is him?" "Why?" "He is very brave, but I can't tell you the details. There is a confidentiality agreement. You will know after you read it." "Damn, my curiosity is aroused." Yang Qingqing had nothing to do, so when she talked about this, she started surfing the internet and reading the information of love lesson. Information cocoons are like neighbors who live next door. When you don't know each other, you don't know that the other person lives next door to you. After you know each other, it's as if you can see him/her as soon as you look up. Yang Qingqing is browsing Douyin, and there are more and more information about love variety shows. The lesson of love will be launched on Penguin Video at 8 o'clock this Friday night, and it will become popular before it is broadcast. In the morning, an entry "Xia King II, you are confused" directly entered the top 10 hot searches on Weibo. In the past, it was all hearsay and gossip that Xia King II was on a love variety show. What about now? It's a real hammer. A few days ago, someone broke the live photos of Xia King II recording a love variety show. Many fans were shocked. This matter has become a meme and is also very popular on Douyin. Some female bloggers made videos to criticize Yuan Media, saying that Yuan Media did not cherish Xia King II at all, so why did they let Xia King II go on a love variety show? What about male bloggers? There is a relatively wealthy male fan who directly posted his WeChat balance and tagged the official account of Love This Class, asking if he could buy a chance to record a love variety show with Xia King II with 7 million. This video has received more than 1 million likes so far, and there are a lot of people in the comment section, all of whom are screenshots of their balances, asking the program team to sell a chance to record a love variety show with Xia King II. People outside the circle watch it for fun, but what about people in the circle? For example, Yang Qingqing, she has already tasted something. This development direction is actually consolidating the fact that Xia King II is a great beauty. Many of Xia King II's previous famous scenes were dug up, and the comment section was full of question marks, asking why Xia King II went to a love variety show. Can't she find a partner? Female fans are regretful, and male fans are eager to spend money to go on a love variety show to see Xia King II. This is already a compliment, and Xia King II's passerby plate is very stable. Xia King II's participation in a love variety show seems to have become a meme. For artists, these are all valuable memory points. I'm just being paid to be on a dating show, why do you choose me? Author, Qingzhou Se. Chapter 161. It was said that Penguin Video was on at 8 o'clock, but actually it was on at 7:30. Click on the homepage of Penguin Video, and the first page recommended by the scrolling screen directly above is the lesson of love. Before the broadcast, there were some promotional images, which were created by the program team and matched with the back figures of the male and female guests and the environment of the villa. The comment section below is already very lively. Yang Qingqing deliberately stayed there for a while, and when it was almost 9 o'clock, she put on the facial mask and set up the tablet, and then clicked on the first issue of Love Lesson. I haven't watched a variety show in a long time, and the settings don't seem to be fixed. It still adds, just barrages covering half of the screen. Yang Qingqing glared, isn't it just a talent? It's so popular. It's much more exaggerated than our TV series. Love is sometimes very close, and sometimes it seems far away. In the past few years, we have often heard a sentence, love. Asterisk don't even talk about it. More and more young people seem to be more and more afraid of the establishment of intimate relationships. Intimate relationships mean full trust, as well as deep responsibility and dedication based on this trust. But now, it has become a natural reaction of caution, suspicion and shrewd calculation. After the dazzling advertisements, the program team's copywriting and outdoor shots of the male and female guests appeared. Under the bustling city, there is a lot of traffic. Who is in the flow of people and who is outside the quiet flow of people? If we really analyze it from a rational perspective, love itself is a particularly irrational thing. It is difficult for us to admit that an intimate relationship full of calculations and mutual wariness is called love. The subtext is actually another sentence, love here, I can't suffer any loss. What we want to tell is probably such a story. If we take a step forward, maybe everything will be different. Yang Qingqing smiled, natteringly. Who wrote this copy? Is it suitable for romance dramas? After the copywriting and busy traffic, the camera was not shown to the studio, but to a young man in a white shirt coming out of the elevator. He's so handsome. I just love the looks of handsome guys like this. Chen Shen. It's really him. The man from Black Gold Entertainment. Well, why don't I feel so hateful? I don't seem like the kind of person who can bully others. She's really good looking. Is this the theme of this season? A group of people who don't lack love come together to fall in love? Oh. Where's King Ai? Where's my King Ai? Your name is Chen Shen. I will remember you so much. If you dare to approach our King Ai, I will let you know what it means to be here. There were all kinds of barrages, and Yang Qingqing was so happy to see them. Looking at the person on the screen, Yang Qingqing also nodded. From his appearance to his overall temperament, he was indeed a handsome guy who opened the door at a glance. If his professional ability is really as good as Yan Jiacheo said, he is indeed a first-rate seedling. What do you mean? Meet the director from the beginning. No, is this a romance drama starting from the interview? Director, take off your mask and sunglasses. I'll show you something good. It's a showdown. I'm Brother TT. Do you have any objection to buying a guest spot for 8 million? Zhao Chunsheng. I remember you. If my wife falls in love on your show, I will boycott your works for the rest of my life. Yang Qingqing reduced the number of barrages. Xia King Ai's fans were too scary. There were too many barrages and they were densely packed. It was indeed the tone of an interview. Zhao Chunsheng first asked Chen Shen to introduce himself, and Chen Shen mentioned his experience as a trainee at Black Gold Entertainment. On the screen, Chen Shen's expression was very stable. Director, although I am a newcomer, my dream is to be a good actor. If you are free, you can give me a question now. Seeing this, Yang Qingqing was a little confused. Wasn't it Lianzong? Why does it sound like an actor's interview? Zhao Chunsheng, who was wearing sunglasses and a mask, smiled and placed a contract in front of Chen Shen. You misunderstood. We came to you not to film a TV series, but to appear in a love show. Lianzong. Yes, of course, it is actually similar to the acting you aspire to, and it is not a normal love drama. Our program is called Love Class. Since it is a class, it has practicality. Moreover, this class is not for the audience. We will not educate the audience, but teach it to you, so we have set up 2 lines. The first line is a normal romance, and the second line is Yu Zhao Chunsheng's words were very confusing. Sex. Chen Shen kept looking through the contract, and his eyes widened the more he read. Including you, among the 4 groups of guests, at the end of the show, if not even one group of guests succeeds in holding hands, then congratulations, you have completed your hidden mission, and we will give you a salary of 1 million, so, I said it doesn't conflict with the acting you aspire to do, it just depends on whether you dare to take it. Yang Qingqing stared and opened her mouth slightly involuntarily. Before watching this episode, She was curious about why Xia King I joined this romance show and what kind of person Chen Shen was. What happens after this period? Are variety shows so big now? The fun seemed to pick up all of a sudden. What do you mean? I'll pause and take a look first. That's how you play, right? I'm so humming laughing. Brother TT spent 8 million to buy a spot and the show team ignored everyone. Now the show team spent 1 million to get Chen Shen on. My interest was suddenly piqued. In other words, are you blatantly playing a script? King II, you are confused. When Xia Qing fell in love with a variety show, it was 100% outrageous. When Xia Qing fell in love with a variety show and met an actor, it was 10 million% outrageous. I laughed so hard. No, is it such a big deal? Then I really want to watch it. It's so exciting. No wonder Xia King II wants to be on this show. Shocked, Lian Zong revealed the script. Okay, I admit that you guys have something, a little show. I will start pampering you right now. Yang Qingqing was watching the barrage while watching the show, and would burst out laughing from time to time. On the screen, Chen Shen hesitated. Director, actually I'm not that good at acting, and I don't really aspire to be an actor. I get nervous when I see girls. I'm not naturally suitable for lying to people, especially to children. Sister, I will feel guilty in my conscience. Zhao Chunsheng and Chen Shen looked at each other, then raised a finger. If you succeed, I will give you 1 million. If you fail, I will give you 100,000 for your hard work. I will give you 3 minutes to think about it. Chen Shen stared, then directly picked up the pen and quickly signed his name on the contract. The guarantee of 100,000 has already exceeded the bottom line. I'm so convinced. No wonder some trainees used the script of a scumbag to be on the trending topic of love drama some time ago. The good news is that the trainee's script for a scumbag is trending on searches is true, and the bad news the trainee's script for a scumbag is on trending searches is indeed true. It's too difficult to make 4 groups of guests not hold hands. You have to either be a green tea to win over others, or you can handle 4 female guests. Both are impossible tasks. It's me, I'll play, just show it off, anyway, I'll end up with 100,000. This task is indeed difficult. Have you ever thought that one of the 4 female guests is Xia King II? Being a green tea? I can't take you on a private date. How to deal with 4 female guests? It's a fantasy. So, I can only deal with the other 3 male guests. I was laughing so hard. It's over, I'm really starting to worry about the other 3 male guests. Ha 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 ha, it looks good.